Let's get some Sleaze, Fram.
Barnes, the breaking story, obviously, this week, the tragic story about Sinead O'Connor dying at the age of 56, 18 months after her son's tragic death. The iconic voice of Nothing Compares to You, of course, part of the 99X history, survived by her 3 children. I know you remember this. Her son, Shane, passed away last year. He was only 17. In her final social media post, she tweeted a picture of her late son and wrote, "Been living as undead night creatures since."
So bad, man.
He was the love of my life, the lamp of my soul.
Maybe that's why I told you I had the spooky feelings when I was at Prince's house yesterday. I got that weirdness feeling. Oh, that's so sad. Rest
It's
in
really
peace.
sad, and what an iconic person and song.
Yeah, she's had a very, very tragic life and fight with mental health. And rest in peace.
Barnes, I need to ask you about this story as a parent. I mean, it doesn't appear to be illegal technically. Kristen Bell and Dax Shepard let their daughters drink non-alcoholic beer. They're 8 and 9 years old. Kristen said, quote, Dax is a recovering addict. He likes non-alcoholic beer, so he'd pop one open. He'd have our oldest daughter on his chest, and we'd walk around, look at the sunset. Quote, as a baby, she was pawing at it. Sometimes she'd suck it on the rim. So I think it feels to her like something special, something daddy, something family. So they've even been like at restaurants and they've had kids ask the waitress for non-alcoholic beer. She says, quote, "You can judge me if you want. I'm not doing anything wrong. That's your problem."
It's a big who cares. It's non-alcoholic beer. It's exactly what
I know
is okay.
But you know how people are. That people will be like, yeah, but that leads to something. And
leads to what?
Everyone wants to judge on social media. You know that.
Well, it should lead to not drinking because it's not alcohol. That's just a little
exactly
much. Jeez, people.
Margot Robbie in the news a lot because of Barbie. She made it big. Remember Wolf of Wall Street? She was in that. She's been in so many movies. But before Barbie, before all of that, she used to keep track of all of her money that her mom lent her. That's when she made it. She paid her mom back and then some. Listen to this.
That is so cool.
Yeah, everything I owed my mom, I had it written down. She'd take money out of the house mortgage, lend me money. So I always knew, I was like, I got to pay that back. And then one day when I made enough money, I just paid that whole mortgage off completely. I was like, Mom, don't even worry about that mortgage anymore. It doesn't even exist anymore. Honestly, anyone in my position, you'd do that for your mom. Of course you would.
I love hearing stories like that. That's so cool that as a kid, she thought that, far ahead to think, I'll keep track.
I love that. And I have to veer off because, Barbenheimer continues. And now we've got this Barbenheimer effect. This is so strange. COVID hospitals and the rates have gone up 10%. I don't know if you've heard this recently, but I actually know 2 people that have COVID right now in recent weeks. And they're saying it could be the Barbenheimer effect because people are rushing to see Barbie and Oppenheimer, sometimes multiple times in theaters. And that could be infecting all of us. What do you think, Barnes? Is that a stretch?
The WHO has added a Barbie strain and an Oppen strain. That's just so weird. But you can see, you remember when weddings were, a problem.
Yes.
And this is
people are going back to the movies to see both of these movies specifically.
And they even upped the number since the first report. Now it's up to 166 million, I guess, after they counted everything for Barbie. That's incredible.
Sylvester Stallone recently posting a really cool picture of him with Henry Winkler. I guess they're big buddies. Quote, "Spending a great afternoon with my very, very longtime friend Henry Winkler." Great guy, great actor. Now, if you didn't know this, they made a movie together back in '74 called The Lords of Flatbush. And then in 2019, Henry Winkler said he based his, of course, Happy Days character, Fonzie, on Stallone.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, here he is talking about it.
Sometimes I would think, what would Sly do here? When I did the audition, I just changed my voice a little bit, And then I changed my body a little bit, And then I would sit there and I'd look at a beautiful woman and I'd think to myself, all right, I could take her for a ride.
Man, what guy listening right now did not think Fonzie was just it back in the day, watching that show?
Back in the day. Maybe that was a revelation, too. I didn't know that story. Hey, the Hulk. Hulk Hogan has wedding bells in his future.
This guy.
He got engaged to his girlfriend of over a year. The pro wrestler icon was telling TMZ Sports he and Sky Daly got engaged last week. He popped the question at a restaurant in Tampa. Oh, we want him to be happy.
I know. How many does this make? Is this number 3?
Not sure.
Dude's had a bad run with that sex tape leap and that whole Bubble the Love Sponge, and the Bubble the Love Sponge drama that came with it afterwards. He's had a rough go.
Barnes, imagine you're in a movie theater, right, to see Oppenheimer. In walks, are you ready for this, together, director Steven Spielberg and Paul McCartney. They came together to see the movie. It was over the weekend in the Hamptons. They're best friends. You know, they live near each other. But can you imagine both of them walking in together? I'm sure there's other celebrity sightings in the Hamptons, but just saying.
You probably don't even notice. They probably have baseball caps on. They just slide in. That's the best place, I think. You hear about these stars all the time that go to their own movies because they want to see people's reactions.
Yeah, I was, watching all the socials when Mick Jagger turned 80 the other day, and I was like, wow.
That blows me away.
And he's still rocking.
Dude is 80. My dad is turning 80, and I could not see
unbelievable, right?
him moving like that. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. Coming up August 4th, the St. Louis Cardinals are going to celebrate Emo Night. Okay, I didn't know that was a thing. Right at the Busch Stadium, part of the ongoing MLB season, and they're making a limited merch for those attending. Are you ready for this? It's a facsimile of My Chemical Romance t-shirt, but instead the shirt is not going to say My Chemical Romance. It's going to say My Cardinal Romance with emo-looking Cardinal mascot. It comes with the price of the ticket. When did Emo Night in baseball, can you explain this to me, come together?
It sounds like maybe a major fan of that band must work in the front office, because that's the most, no pun intended, left field promotion that I think I've ever heard.
I mean, is it just me, or is that super random?
That is super out there. Emo Night at a baseball game. Okay.
Finally, I want to get your take on this because, you're the tech guy on the show.
There's no other choice.
Another app is coming for Twitter and Instagram. TikTok adopting a text post feature, allowing creators to publish text-based content. Now, with the text post, users can share stories, recipes, whatever you're doing on TikTok, written content on TikTok. Now, I guess that you can also have like a sticker tag as well, hashtags and all of that. Do you think that's going to affect Twitter or now X and Instagram? It's going to be really interesting. They're all coming after each other.
Who wants to read on TikTok? I mean, TikTok became famous for video content and short video content. Who wants to go read?
I don't know, but I can just tell you that most of my TikTok content is about 11 o'clock at night watching dogs. I follow a lot of dogs on TikTok. I'm just telling you that.
Everyone just copies everyone. And this other thing, what's Threads, is already just like, what? Huh? Who?
Well, it came on super strong, Threads, because, it was very easy to set up. If you were an Instagram, you had an Instagram account, and now they're saying they've lost half of their audience. I go on there once a day, and I'm like, there's nothing. Like, people post random things.
We didn't need a Twitter clone or an X clone, but be careful. If you joined with your Instagram and you go and delete that, it will delete your Instagram. So be careful.
Thanks for telling me.
No.
Okay, I won't do. Thank you for letting me know that.
Yeah, you're threaded for life now. So I was curious, and I just went over and checked it out and hit the button, and now it's up. That little Threads @ is in the top of my profile, and you can't get rid of it.
Well, a lot of people were saying, hey, it was the anti-Twitter X, it was supposed to be for positivity. So I would post like once a day something positive, and now people are starting to post negative things.
Yeah.
So what goes around comes around. Finally, dramatic news. Kevin Spacey found not guilty of sexually assaulting 4 men following the trial. Not guilty. It was a dramatic clearing, by the way. Apparently, he sobbed in the dock as the not guilty verdicts were read, out to 9 charges involving 4 young men. It said they took 12 hours and 26 minutes to clear him.
Dang, that explains why a few days ago he was kind of making getting in the media saying that his career was taken from him and his life was taken from him, and now I forgot what it was. Not feels vindicated, but it was something like, hey, I'm back, basically.
Well, yeah, he said he admitted being a big flirt, but he denied abuse at all, and he said it was tried by social media. A really dramatic ending to all of this. Kevin Spacey found not guilty, and that is your Celebrity Sleaze.
The Morning X with Barnes and Leslie. 99X.